Thank you, Sir Ed, and to everyone, good morning. I'm Pacholo Miguel de Lara. Currently presenting for Engineer Corinne Ella Morico for her paper under the SAGA project, Accuracy Assessment of Generated High-Resolution DEMs using Tri-Stereo Satellite Images from COMSAT and SkySat over Davao City. So now, digital elevation models, or DEMs, are digital representation of Earth's surface elevation. So most industries that use DEMs are, for example, who mostly use elevation data for their application. For example, military, communications, infrastructure planning and assessment, geological, disaster risk management, and others. For example, as listed on the presentation. And also, DEM is a superset of digital surface model and digital terrain model. So what's the difference between these two? So DSM, or digital surface model, is a digital representation of the Earth surface model that includes both natural and man-made objects above ground, as compared with DTM, or digital terrain model. It only includes the bare Earth surface, so no trees, no man-made objects. So the project that we are under of is the SAGA project, or the Signal Assessment Using Geospatial Analysis project of the DOST-ASTI, utilizes DEMs for signal propagation mapping and assessment, thus the need for high-resolution DEMs. Because for signal propagation mapping, we need those terrain to better model signal propagation. DOST SAGAP's, DOST ASTI's satellite subscription includes COMSAT and SkySat. Sorry. So just a brief description between the COMSAT and SkySat. So SkySat, while it is currently in orbit, it has a constellation of 21 satellites in orbit. It has a dimension of 60 by 60 by 95 square centimeter and a mass of 110 kilograms. Now, for the ground resolution of the images, it has a ground resolution for panchromatic of 0.57 to 0.86 meters, depending on the generation of the SkySat used. So it currently has 3 to 4 generations, generation A, B, and 2 generations of C. For the spectral bands, both SkySat and COMSAT-3 have spectral bands of red, green, blue, and near-infrared. Well, actually, if we include panchromatic, they both have. And SkySat has a revisit time of 4 to 5 days. COMSAT-3, on the other hand, is a little big. It has a dimension of 3.5 to 2 meters and a mass of 980 kilograms. And it has a ground resolution of 0.5 and 0.7 meters. And same with SkySat, it has the same spectral bands and has a revisit time of 3 to 4 days. Now, I will discuss a bit about the images that we used for our study. For the COMSAT-3, we used 6 level 1O. Later, I will discuss what is level 1IO. 6 level 1IO image captures to cover the 100 square kilometer of area of interest of Davao City, Philippines. So these images were captured on April 14, 2023. Now for the SkySat, you can see at the right picture, we used 66 SkySat scene image captures to cover 25 square kilometer AOI of Davao City. Well, it is much smaller compared to the COMSAT area. The SkySat were captured on June 29, 2023. Now, a brief description. COMSAT-3 has a single instrument called AEISS, or the Advanced Electronic Image Scanning System, with a resolution of 0.7. Well, also as discussed earlier, 0.7 resolution panchromatic. Now, for the different processing levels offered by COMSAT-3, we have 1R, 1O, and 1G. So 1R meaning the images are corrected for radiometric and sensor distortions. And 1O, or as they call it, ortho-ready, are images which includes all corrections applied to 1R with additional corrections for geometric distortions, optical distortions, and terrain effects using the average height over the region. Now, on the other hand, 1G includes all the corrections applied to 1R and 1O, but using the corrections from SRTM. Now, SkySat has three imagery products available in the form of scene, collect, and video. Now, scene is an individual scene within a strip of approximately 1 by 2.5 square kilometer, while collect is a collection of around 60 SkySat scenes of an area of 20 by 5.9 square kilometer. And video is a full motion video collected within 30 to 120 seconds by a single camera. Now, for the DM workflow chart for the COMSAT and SkySat images, we used PCI Geomatica to generate these high-resolution DEMs and using at least 3 images for tri-stereo DEM generation. So, for example, for the COMSAT 3, we first pan-sharpen the multispectral images, then push through with the DM generation. Now, for the SkySat, we first generated an ortho-rectified image, then proceeded with the DM generation. For both the COMSAT 3 and SkySat 3, we use an additional data for better overlap of images. We used AW3D and the Esri World Imagery. Now, this is the generated DMs that we have done for the COMSAT 3 and the SkySat. Now, for the SkySat, it is part of the southwest part of the COMSAT 3. Well, the COMSAT 3 is a much larger, has a much larger area. So, just for comparison, you can see that the SkySat is just on the southern part of the COMSAT 3 DM. Now, if we're looking at the profile made by the Transect AA on the top plot, we can see very minimal deviations between the 3 DMs, COMSAT 3, SkySat, and the SRTM 1 arcsecond DM. But if we look at the second transect line, BB, wherein this is mostly located on the urban areas of the Davao City, there we can see a large deviation between SRTM and the 2 generated DMs. One most reason for this is the difference in acquisition dates. For example, SRTM is a project done in the early 2000s. So compare that with the acquisition dates with the COMSAT 3 and SkySat, maybe there is a difference in the urban areas. Maybe there are more buildings or houses that have been constructed at that area. Also, there's also the difference between the resolution. COMSAT 3 and SkySat have a sub-meter resolution, while SRTM have a 30-meter resolution, a ground resolution. We also got the difference between the COMSAT 3 and the SkySat versus the SRTM. If we are looking at the plot or the images, the green areas comprises of low errors, while other colors have higher errors or difference in elevations. Now, for the table 1, COMSAT 3, due to its larger area, have a more data points consisting of at least 98,000 and having a mean error of 4.3982 and a root mean square error of 6.2699, and a Pearson correlation coefficient with SRTM of 0.9695. So which means it has a good correlation with SRTM, but a bit of error, mainly due to the difference in resolution and the difference in acquisition dates. Now, for the SkySat, due to its smaller area, it has 25,409 data points and has a mean error of 3.9398 and an root mean square error of 6.04836 meters and a Pearson correlation of 0.9738. So both areas, both generated EMs having a good correlations. Excuse me. Now for the next comparison, we compare the generated EMs with NAMRIA spot elevation. We just got these spot elevations from NAMRIA's geoportal. For COMSAT 3, we used 41 spot elevations, and we calculated a mean error of 2.7766 meters and a root mean square error of 4.5836 and a Pearson correlation coefficient of 0.9918. Now for the SkySat, we used 11 data points, 11 spot elevation points with a mean error of 3.2274 and a root mean square error of 5.5705 and a Pearson correlation coefficient of 0.9953. Now for conclusions, we generated both high resolution DMs for COMSAT 3 and SkySat images showing strong correlation and approximately low error values after comparison with publicly available datasets containing relevant elevation information. But I would like to take note that due to the difference in acquisition dates and the resolution, there is a bit of errors based on what we saw earlier. Now, to generate high-resolution DEMs from COMSAT 3 and SkySat, we can either use panchromatic images directly, or we can pan-sharpen those multispectral images using the panchromatic images from both COMSAT 3 and SkySat. Now, additionally, additional datasets were incorporated. For example, earlier, we used AW3M DM and the Esri World image to better overlap the processed satellite images. Now, for future work, further assessment of the accuracy of the generated high-resolution DEMs are needed. For example, we need to conduct ground truthing activities, for example, more GPS campaign or precise leveling on the ground, or to use NAMRIA's first and second level order benchmarks around the study areas for comparison. So these first and second order benchmarks are also ground truth based on NAMRIA's measurements. And after further validation, the goal would be for the DM extraction process to discussed in this study to be applied to other area of interest, as SAGAP also generated DMs for other areas. For example, we have generated in Iloilo, General Santos, Quezon City. So hopefully we could use this, what we have done in this paper and what we have suggested for future work on other area of interest. And for this is our references for our study, and thank you for listening.
Yun. Thank you so much, Mr. De Lara. So we would like to hear from the audience if you have some comments or questions. Who are from Davao City? So I think we can ask someone. Okay, so walang nag-raise ng hand, no? From Davao City, no? But since I'm from Davao City, so I can ask question. So no, it's not a question, but you see the maybe the importance of accuracy assessment, no, in the satellite images, and So, what would be your future works on, for example, applying AI in the accuracy assessment?
Uh, Currently, we have not delved on the use of AI, but currently we are discussing on developing low-cost GPS receivers for further validation because I think at best when it comes to this elevation or at least geodetic problems, it is most important to hold ground truthing activities because it is different when you're using satellite images or any remote sensing capabilities as compared with ground truthing activities. So for example, with this, aside from using SRTM, we need to hold these ground truthing activities, for example, holding precise leveling or GPS campaigns. As for now, we're currently, as discussed earlier, developing low-cost GPS receiver. So then we can use that to do ground truthing activities in Davao areas and to other area of interest based on what we have generated in the Saga project.
Thank you, Mr. Lara, for your presentation. So, we would like to give the certificate of appreciation to you, Mr. Lara, for sharing your invaluable insight and work on accuracy assessment of generated high-resolution DEMs using tri-stereo satellite images from ComSat and SkySat over Davao City during NITSICON 2024, given this 19th day of July 2024 at Novotel, Quezon City, Philippines. So this is signed by Director Liu Tria, Director of UP Triple EI.